August 1st. I'm out here watering this garden before it gets to be 100 degrees. There's a lot of new things growing and things finishing. So I wanted to give a quick tour. Hopefully I can keep this pretty quick this morning. That sun's coming. Alright, so right here are the green beans, and they've just been giving and giving and giving. I've gotten a lot. I can't believe it. This is only maybe 10 plants. And I'm going to show you the peppers are coming out. The cucumbers are finally doing what they're supposed to do. I never get tired of watching them do their thing. Size of this. Oh, sorry, buddy. So it's putting off. These are starting to turn already, but a lot of really nice looking beans all the way down. And then okra is in between here. So just right next door, this okra was started first, and it is about 6 feet tall. This one was started later, and I wanted the beans to kind of grab onto it, but they're not. But it's starting to put out some okra too. And then my sunflower is it's finished, and it's got malabar spinach growing up it. So it is just so cool. So lots of okra. And I finally figured out after coming out here without a knife that you can just pop the okra off. But it's easier to cut them. But it is doable to just pop them like that. That one's a little big. So these are getting to put out lots and lots, and we've been eating them. I actually prefer the green to the pink, I've decided. Whoops, I forgot I was watering. So let's move that. So I'm watering through here. These are some winter squash, some acorn squash, because I didn't get a lot this year. I didn't get any. So trying again. And I don't really water so much this beans and okra. Okra doesn't like to be overwatered. So I'm more out here to take care of my melons. What do you think? Hmm? What do you think about your peppers? Alright. So I see more peppers as I go up and up. And the branches of this is branching out something fierce. So this one is turning orange. It's almost ready. Oh, I want to pick it. I'm going to pick it. Because there's so many more to come. Oh my gosh. You think so? I don't. I think you're chicken food. Ew. Oh my gosh. There's the other one that oh no, I didn't kill that one. I killed a different one. So, excuse me. You're not going to dig. No, we're not going to do that. Oh, I'm glad I came out here. So you just want to keep checking, because you don't want to get this far and have a hornworm take it out. And you'll notice, because you'll see their poop. There might even be another one over here. But that's a dead giveaway right there. I'm going to take this pepper. It's not ripe yet, but it's starting to get weird, and I want it to put its energy on the other parts. So I did tie it here to this pole to help it when we get big winds. Well, you kill baby rabbits? We know you're a bag hoodie. You want that? Here. Get that. What's that? Get it. Perennials are starting to turn yellow. I didn't top these plants. I didn't do anything. I did help tie them so they won't fall down when they get heavy. But they are looking full. Take some of these yellow ones. So I can see something munched on this. Look at that. So, and a bunch of leaves are gone. So there's a hornworm over here too. Wow, he ate a bunch of these. Because this plant is very sad compared to all the greens on the others. Let's go this way. got some pretty wild stuff going on over here. This was just like an afterthought. Some tomatoes, some black beans, cantaloupe, and I got an eggplant. And I don't know how I got an eggplant because I didn't eat an eggplant. I didn't even think I had eggplant seeds, so that's weird. But I'm pretty sure that that is an eggplant. Alright, so a couple more winter squash hopefuls over here. Don't know if that's going to happen. This is a wild yellow grape tomato that will never stop trying to grow in my garden. 2 cantaloupes over here. I do not lie, they grew like this by themselves. They're separate plants, but they decided to grow like that. This polar bear zinnia is gorgeous. I think that's one plant. This is one polar bear zinnia plant, and then this is a different zinnia. So just 2 plants, 2 seeds. This is the yellow grape tomato that's everywhere, and it's okay. It's like a wild thing in my garden now. So these cucumbers are finally starting to do their thing, like I dreamed they would, and waited forever. I've also started more cucumbers for like a second round. I'm trying to get better at, multi-sowing. Hi, Kitty. So there's another little baby one. I did some weeding yesterday. The melons are insane. They're insane. So I'm really excited. These are the, wow, look at the size of that. And there's one right next to it. Really? And there's one right there. I think I counted like at least 7 melons and 6 cantaloupe melons. Now I can't remember the name, so I'll put it on the screen. One of them over there is huge. I'm so distracted. I'm like, oh, look here. So you can see more melons inside there. Kale's pretty much toasted. Here comes that sun, y'all. So here are my giant marigold bushes. Look at them. Every year they take forever, but then they do it. Trick is you gotta give them space, of course, and pull the flowers as they grow, so it stimulates it to make more. Alright, here's that huge one. Look at the size of this. This is my foot. Size 11, y'all. That's a big melon. And I'm waiting. I am waiting for this curlicue, and it's kind of sitting in an ant bed. But last time I was early, so I'm trying to wait. Oh my god, it's huge. There's another one in there that's huge. Let's see if I can sneak in there. That one's just as big, if not bigger. Oh my gosh. And there's another one in there. The ground cherries are just, I can't even keep up. Look at all those ground cherries down there. Yay! It's kind of weird to eat stuff off the ground. I try to get them right before they fall, but they are good. Let me get a good one. There you go. And sometimes they've started to be eaten by other things, so watch out. Okay, the sun is coming. Pick a few as you go by. Let's look at these cantaloupes. Hopefully this has been in focus. I can't keep up with the okra either. The pink okra. Okay, so here's all the cantaloupes. They're starting to turn yellow. These are the ones, now I can't remember the name of these either, so I'll put it on the screen. They've got squash bugs on them. Hello. Yep. Vine borers, whatever. So that one's kind of close. I've got another 2 over there, 1 over there. So I got to keep my eye on those. Look at these bushes. These okra, these little red okra, pink Okinawan okra. I don't love as much. Oops, I dropped one. they're good. They're just not good the way that I like to cut them in half and cook them. They shrivel up too small because they're kind of skinny. But I love the way they look. Sometimes I should really get a knife. I almost grow things sometimes ornamentally. Like I love the beautiful flower they put out and they grow so easy. Look at the size of this one. Whoops. I really need to get my knife. Don't do that. Don't do that to your plant. So these have a lot of dead heads because it's been so hot and I need to go move the hose. Whoops. All right, let's go back down this way. This malabar finally gave it something to climb besides my plants. And boy, did it climb. So this is the red malabar spinach. I don't love to eat it, but I definitely would if needed. You know what I mean? It's kind of slimy. It's not terrible. The taste is good. It's just a little slimy. So, good survival food. I don't like to juice it because, again, it's kind of slimy like an okra. But it is just still trying to grow up my asparagus. But I love it in a hot climate because it'll just keep growing and growing when everything else is dying. You know, you got to have something green. There's a little cantaloupe trying to make. Another cantaloupe. That one looks like it's finishing, or the vine borers, or it broke right there or something. But it looks like it's pretty brown right here.
Hey, where's that old green hose?
The tomatoes are finishing out. They're done. Actually, that one over there is rotten. My friend Elizabeth asked me what I meant by I hope that these finish. And I'll show you because I do have some green tomatoes that they just didn't finish turning red and they look like they would have. So I'll show you. They're actually out at the other tomato spot. But I'm trying to let this Roma finish, hoping for a few more. And that's my in-ground. That's my in-ground compost. And this is like 2 zinnias. This is like my biggest 1-seed marigold bush. You can see the base in there. It's not flowering as much, but it will. It's going to be a late bloomer, literally. And more basil trying to go to seed. I don't have any pine nuts, so I haven't been making pesto or using my basil. Don't be mad at me. There's another cantaloupe there and there. I love all this mix. There's a little zinnia there, and then this dill going to seed, which I will sprinkle, my little dill fairy. So that is pretty much it for through here. I think we came through here. There's one black bean plant that's finished. I need to get the rest of those beans. I already got all my beans, though. I got 1.5 pounds of black beans from about 10 plants. And that ground cherry's been dropping some cherries. So, hello. Look at this. Trying to keep putting out melons. I don't know if I should stop that so it can focus on its big melons, but I'm just letting nature do nature. You know how I do. I actually need to move this hose because I'm getting really distracted. This is looking amazing. Wild. I haven't really been cutting it, kind of letting it come out into the walkway. Super colorful. This one really lasted. That's a store-bought plant, but it really lasted and grew. I'll have to try to get seeds from that. The cosmos are pretty much toast because it's so hot, but hopefully we'll get some more. Keep taking off the dead ones. Alright, so out here we're pretty much finishing out. That over there is a hot mess. Strawberry beds times 3. Alright, and something new going on over here. You're going to hear about that soon. Stay tuned. So these Romas, I don't know if that one's going to finish. I left it. Look at this. Look at that. That hasn't finished. And when it does finish, it's not good. It's It's not as good as the early tomatoes, so I'm letting it go, but we also have some malabar climbing up here, and we have a bell pepper down here. It's probably getting choked out by these. I'm going to take these out. Malabar spinach is a really heavy feeder. It looks pretty. It's right next to that pepper. And there's, right here I have a bell pepper, and there's a jalapeno on the other side. Basil, another jalapeno, more malabar. So anyway, I'm letting these just kind of hang for the birds. Took out a lot of tomatoes through here. This is the Thai basil, and that is gorgeous. So I'm just letting that go to flower. Beautiful. Thai basil tastes like licorice, like black licorice. And I'm going to keep pruning this one. Beautiful zinnia. That's why I always plant them. This one I tied up because it was getting a little crazy and I took the fence down. Gorgeous color mix right here. That's 2 plants. Came out perfect. So now we're just kind of doing like Elsa out here, letting it go. That's really it. But if you're in for the long haul, I'm going to walk down here. These are the broccoli and kale and stuff that I started outside, and I'm experimenting by leaving it outside. I just started some onions, which I'm excited about. So they're not, it's pretty hot. It's been 100 degrees. So this, I pretty much knew this would happen, and I've got a bunch inside. Onions, started them out here, and there's a bunch of tomatoes trying to grow in here. Trying to start my own onions this year, guys. And then the chickadees. Been here for a couple weeks now. They're doing good. Billy Joe the rooster. And then we've got Hey Hey Rachel Ray right there. She's the ragged looking one. He picks on her. But I've been giving her some wound dressing for her little wounds. And next to her we have Rosie. Where's everybody else? He's pretty though. He's a good boy. So they've been doing well. I should do a whole thing about the chickens, but I moved the compost down here, just 2 of them, working, and then this is supposed to be just dry hay. I gotta find a way to keep my hay dry so that I can replace their bedding in there with dry hay and not have to buy hay or whatnot, because I have plenty. It's just I cut it, and then when I put it in here it just gets wet, and you don't really want to use wet hay. So here they are. I still have a janky little door, but they get locked in their coop at night. Oh, hey Roberta. So here comes Rosie. Roberta's the biggest one to her right, and then that's Hey Hey Rachel Ray behind. And then Silky. And then they hang out under there and do little dust baths. So they like that. I think Silky's in there. Silky's my black hen. So yeah, they're doing good. I gotta bring them. I've been putting frozen ice jugs in their water so they can dip their waddles in that. And then they have another water drinker over there. But they seem to like to dip their waddles in the cold water when it's 100 degrees. So I guess I'll end this here, guys. Thank you for joining me on my little random Sunday morning check on the garden, August garden tour vlog. I appreciate you watching and listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. Catch you in the next one. Happy growing.